Especially when he do it like with his kids.
Oh man, you killed me. I was like, damn, that's something I want to do with my kids.
Right?
Man, all right, here we go. Yo, what's good, everybody? Back again with another episode of From the Hip. I am DeMarcus, your Empower King, reminding you to be empowered, stay empowered, and give empowerment to my left.
This is just my thoughts himself, speaking to them.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Man. So, y'all, man, we was talking last episode, man, and honestly, we started getting really heavy, but you guys already know the deal. You guys already know how it go. I gotta leave y'all on a cliffhanger so that y'all can watch the next episode. Let's just be real. This is how the game works, and we just want y'all to keep watching.
Yes, indeed.
You feel what I'm saying? So we left off saying, because we were talking about how in America, especially in the black community, really trying to build up our communities a lot more and everything, and we were talking about how back then they weren't as emotional, but they had a plan when after the emotion, versus now where we just have the emotion but no real plan, right? So I was asking you, how do we get to a place when we can start thinking like that again? Start thinking with an actual solid plan, put something in place, stuff like that. How do we, as the black community specifically, start thinking again?
It just starts with us thinking, period. That's the problem. Nobody's thinking.
Right.
So I was like, you have to think. Period. Like, in order to know what to think, you gotta
think about something.
Till this day, I don't know where he got it from, but T.I. is a quote that I heard him say that I will live by till this day, and it's never let your emotions overrule your intelligence.
Bruh. Man,
Never let
T.I.
your
got some
emotions,
gems low key.
Man, like that put everything in perspective. So you know what I'm saying? Like I people be hitting me up all the time and they be telling me the problem. I'm listening to the problem. I'm like, while they're asking you what the problem is or breaking it down, they're giving you the problem and the solution in the same breath.
Bruh.
And it's like, y'all, if you just try to start thinking.
Just start thinking
and
a
listen
little bit.
to what you're saying, like you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's just because they so in an emotional state.
So why do you think it's so hard for people to actually think?
Because we just emotional.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just act off emotion.
I think it's just because we don't want to think no more. I think it's easier.
That is easier to blame.
Yeah, it's either easier to blame other people. It's easier to be like, yo, I'll let someone else take it. Because, that went into like a conversation not too long ago about like security, world-renowned security, and then like actually taking personal responsibility. Like, how much are we willing to give up our safety just to have like, control or some type of security? Like, how much are we willing to give up? And I thought about it, I was just like, yo, we just don't want to do it no more. If it is just an easy two-step process to get stuff done, then all right, cool, I'll take that.
Because it's easier to blame other people.
That's true.
It's easy. Like, why aren't you in this place? Oh, because of this, and that.
Yeah.
Wait.
We put the weight on everybody else's shoulders.
Because it's easier. I think a lot of times.
Easier not to think? Bro, that's tough.
It's easier. I mean, less accountability requires you to think less.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I concur.
If something happened, I can just, well, DeMarcus.
He ain't doing it. He ain't doing that.
That's the end of the discussion. It's
right.
Quick. But if you be like, oh, why'd you do that? Well, I did that. If I wouldn't have did that, then I would have got a different result. And that's this and that. People don't want to do that because it's a lot easier to blame other people because they have to look in the mirror. And so it's a lot. I'm trying to think, but it's something like on that grounds where it's easier to blame other people for stuff that you want change. I know I'm thinking it's all off the top. It'll come to me, but it's a lot like when we're talking about the old generation,
right,
and stuff like that. And as we got older or whatever, we start to see those things for what it is. Till this day, the old generation has the same attitude,
right,
as back then. Like when I said a lot of people don't grow out of that space because it's so comfortable with saying. Somebody say, why are you like this? Well, I'm like this because of this person and this.
Yeah.
And but if you really dissect the situation, it was like, yo, you contribute to this part.
Yeah.
But we don't want to address it.
Yeah, we don't take that
part. It's always, the other person. And then if somebody hits you with a fact, well, didn't you do this? Yeah, but.
Yeah.
But then, wait a minute. But then you could have just, I could have, but then. Or they don't even say, I could have. They don't even want to acknowledge that part.
Dang.
Because the moment you acknowledge it, it takes all the response. Then you feel that, and nobody wants to come to terms that they contribute to the unhappiness that they say they don't want.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So a person's life is what it is. When you got to look in the mirror and you are the common denominator in that, in that you don't want to realize you are the same person that you're trying to get away from.
Mm. You the problem.
You the
That's
problem.
not you the reason why you're not getting to your solution.
Yeah,
Dang.
like a big portion of it. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like it's easy to say, yeah, I'm in this situation because of other people, and you say, I hate this situation, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I'm tired of it. You don't want to look in the mirror and realize you are contributing to that very issue.
Bruh.
So it's a lot easier to blame other people because then that means you don't have to change.
Mm. So like, what do you say like to a person that's like, for instance, and I know we was talking about it earlier, and I'm kind of segueing into it, which is like, so what do you say to like the people in our community that like shoot down other people either in that same community or even celebrities, right? Where we'll say like, oh, that person on change, or that person different, or that person like, man, they crazy now. But back then they was tight, but now they this, right? And it's like, how do you like change that narrative and get people to think outside of like, you know, because obviously people aren't thinking of the solution, they're just saying the problem.
Right.
He this, he that, right? Or she this, she that. How do you get people to really like change that?
I don't think you can get people like because it's an individual choice.
Right.
Like we was talking about Kanye
Yeah.
earlier, and everybody was saying, as soon as his mama died, Kanye ain't been the same.
Yeah.
As soon as his mama
I said
died,
it too. I ain't even gonna lie.
But we'll say that. As soon as his mama, so we acknowledge
Yeah.
this behavior
Shifted, changed.
as from a tragedy.
Yeah.
But in that same breath, we criticizing them for that same thing.
Mm.
We acknowledge where the problem started,
Yeah.
but we realize where the problem. But instead of addressing that and being like, damn, that brother need help, I can see why it's easier. Kick him right down. But a lot of times we look at circumstances too.
Mm.
In his instance, he go through all hell in life, but then we say, well, he got money. So just because he got money,
yeah, he should be fine. Yeah.
Right.
He should be able to get all that fixed. Why not get a therapist?
because then if he was poor, then we empathize with that.
Yeah.
But because he's in a certain bracket, we feel, well, he should be happy.
So so do you feel like we really adopted the narrative of like the struggle story? Like, yo, like the struggle has been like, even though we want a person to get up there, we want you to embrace and talk about the struggle more so than about the success. Cause I'll give you an example. I was the person bumping late registration,
Right.
college dropout, graduation. But when it comes to Kanye's new stuff, I probably stopped after My Dark Twisted Fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen to anything really after Life of Pablo, Yeezus, none of that. But a lot of people talk about like even in that transition, you can see how he's changing. He talks about how he changes throughout all those albums, right? And it's like I stopped growing with a person based upon the facts of what I saw like in different circumstances or whatever he's like, whether he's dating Kardashian or whatever the case may be. And I feel like even with Jay-Z, when he ain't talking about big pimping no more, and he's talking about, yo, my life with Beyonce, what I'm actually doing, stocks, when I'm talking about moving my money, when I'm talking about being in the NFL, when he's actually having real conversations, I only probably heard one song off that last album that he was doing. Now, what was the name of it? I even forgot.
444.
Yeah, right? I probably heard one song on the radio on that, but yo, they playing all his big pimping, they playing anything from the Blueprint. Yeah, besides that.
So, but if you think about it, we don't like to, and I say we because we mainly see it as a culture, we don't like to see people evolve.
Wow.
And we don't like to let people evolve.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, if he was still talking about the same stuff he was talking about back then with his life now, then we'll criticize him.
Mm.
We'll say, oh, well, he rich now. Why is he still talking about the streets? This.
So people just ain't never happy. Man, they
So
can't never.
so you gotta just do you.
Do you like? And people ain't never satisfied.
And that's the thing. Like I remember like I got to an old friend back in the day. She was like, "You changed," and I said, "Good. I was supposed to. I'm not supposed to be the same person that I was when we was 13, 14, 15.
Right.
I'm supposed to change. Like
Yeah.
that's
Duh.
a part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like too when, you know, when you're on the journey of elevating your life, like your partner or the people around you, when they not really on the same, like as you elevate, you're not supposed to have patience for the same stuff you tolerate.
Yeah.
Your mindset is different. Like
grow.
you evolve, so anything that's stagnating your growth, especially if it's the people around you or like your mate or something like that, you're supposed to feel a certain type of way about it. That's what's supposed to happen.
Oh, this is really breaking some things in my mind right now. And this is where I'm really trying to like figure it out, because I even feel like for me personally, like in this place in my life, I'm like, and you know, I can be real with y'all because I can be honest, right? So, and I ain't even told D this either, but I recently got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Okay.
And have you heard about all the things that are going on with the vaccine? How it got discontinued, people getting blood clots, the whole nine. So I got it 3 days before all that news jumped off, right? So vaccinated the whole nine. And the reason why I got it was because my family at this time, like my grandparents, I haven't seen them in like a year and some change. And I was like, and they're like, yo, we can't see you unless you get vaccinated. Right. So I was like, okay, I really want to do that. Like, I really want to see my family, us to all come together and whatnot. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But deep down, I honestly didn't want to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, for what? Like, it's like, if it's just like the flu shot, then it's like, all right, just build my immune system. Right. I ain't got COVID this whole entire time. For the year and some change COVID being, I ain't got COVID once. Yeah, and, you know, yeah, all that stuff, you know, y'all already know. Yeah. But I'm just like, in my mind, what's really tripping me out is that, like, so many people, even your family, are gonna have something to say. Like, they're always gonna have something to say about what you do. And it's like, to what extent can you allow what other people say dictate what you about to do next?
When there's constructive criticism. A lot of times we look at constructive criticism as bashing, and we take bashing as gospel.
Ooh, okay.
Stuff people say about you that you know is not true.
Right.
Will rattle your fence.
Man.
And you'll take that, and that will make you go through your emotion and a message of. But the moment somebody tells you something about yourself that's an honest to God, there's something wrong with that person. You know what I'm saying? So I always triple like people, like you my partner.
Yeah.
And when we go out, you never worry about, cause you like, my dude that had my back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He take a bullet for me.
No problem.
This and that. But the moment I be like, hey bro, you effing up. You this and that. Now all of a sudden everything that I'm saying.
Now we ain't cool, bro.
Yeah. It's kind of like, wait a minute. So I'm cool when everything goes your way. But then when it comes, that's why, like, people know, if you don't want the honest God truth, don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me, because I'm only going to give it to you the only way. Right. I tell people all the time, like, I'm going to tell you, I had a friend one time, she was having a little situation, and I think you see my video, I said, I hate when people come to me and be like, yo, you get the best advice. I hate that.
Yeah.
I do. I realized that the other day, like, I really don't, or when a woman be like, I want a man's perspective. No. And so she hit me up. She said the same thing. Oh, you get the best advice. I know you won't give it to me straight. I just need a man's perspective. When I hear that, that's straight one already. So I gave it to straight, like,
yeah.
I know.
From the hip.
A year later, conversation to somebody mutual. She just said out the blue, yeah, I remember when I hit you up and you just kind of went in on me a year later. And I was kind of like, wait, what? Like, yeah, you kind of went in. So I said, yo, isn't the very first thing that I told you is that I'm going to tell you what you want to, need to hear and not what you want to hear.
Exactly.
That was the end of the conversation. But it is, when I'm telling you constructive criticism, yo, bro, you need to do this, and that. And you offended. But the moment, if I'm saying something that's not true, that has more of an effect on you than
the actual man.
And so you gotta, like, if you ask me, that is the only time when somebody is telling me, because that's what I expect.
Yeah.
When we train it, like I say all the time, at a job, I hate when you get like your 6 month, a year evaluation. And then they tell you everything that you've been doing wrong within that year, 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for a year or 6 months, You've been watching me do this wrong the whole
time, and then say that.
just to tell me at the end that I know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm supposed to trust your judgment to steer me in the right direction when, and that's the thing, when you tell people just don't like truth. That's just what it comes down to. People don't like truth about themselves.
You gonna win a step further, man. You gonna drop a gem and then just went deeper into that gem?
That's
cold right there. No, hold on. I ain't gonna let them get away with that. Yeah, like, people don't like the truth. About themselves. I'm like, oh, man, you ain't gonna be just
what it is.
out here just shooting folks like that. I apologize, America.
No, I ain't gonna apologize.
This man is shooting from 2 hips. Excuse me.
That's it.
Yeah.
Real talk,
man, that's real talk, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I even think about it for myself, because I was like, man, even talking to wifey about like certain characteristics of me that like I brought in from my old relationship into this relationship, and I just be thinking to myself sometimes when she be jamming me up, she's like, Marcus, why are you even acting like that? You know I'm not them. And I'd be like, hey, I ain't even doing nothing, man. Shut up, man. I ain't even doing nothing. Like, girl, man, you always talking like that, man. Nah, get up out of here. But then once you be like laying down at night, you be like, damn, I really was doing that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was wild.
Yeah, I was wild a little bit.
Tripping.
And then, you got, and then as a man, you gotta apologize. If you're not, you definitely not gonna hear the last of it.
If you're wrong.
If you're wrong.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm a true believer.
Yeah, you apologize if you wrong.
Yeah, if you wrong. Not because, look, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I get it. They do that to save face. Nah, I'm a true believer. And if you right, like you stand your ground,
you stand your ground and you say
whatever comes with that. But you gotta be willing. Cause to me, like that's just ammo for improvement.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is.
It hurt, but
it's
what's gonna make it work. Like you're gonna grow from it. Right. So I had this conversation with one of my ministry groups that I'm in.
Okay.
All right. Gosh, and I want to shout them out. Safe House, part of Relevant Church. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. But I asked the question because we were just having a conversation about relationships.
Right.
And I asked them, I was like, yo, why do men even need women? But yo, hey, look, this is gonna be for another episode, y'all. This is gonna be on the next episode. Hey, man. Hey, that's another episode of From the Hip, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for watching. I am DeMarcus, your Empowered King. You can find me on IG. I am _the_empowered_ king. And to my left,
Mr. Just My Thoughts himself, Darwin. Y'all know what's up, JST. My Thoughts 83 on IG. Hey, share this podcast, man.
Press the like button. Press the share, man. Comment, say something, subscribe. Be a part of the movement, man. We just out here.
That's it.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Love.